Boxing Bros UK, larger than life, massive.
Boxing Bros UK here. I'm the boss Chris. Some breaking news has just dropped. Well deserved. Dom Charles has got his fucking job back because the grass ain't always greener on the other side. Let's hear from the man himself.
Just like everybody else, it was a sudden thing, and good things happen quick. Sometimes bad things also happen quick. When I got sacked, it happened quick. When I got reinstated, it happened quick.
Want to know, especially in the wake of how the relationship ended and you publicly kind of talking about that, one of the things you kind of mentioned was the feeling of, on your part, feeling that you'd been betrayed by that decision.
Flashback.
Always seem to have good energy and time for people in this game. We really appreciate it. Chris is really riled up about the situation. You know what I'm going to ask. We want your take on it. I know you spoke about it a lot. Chris has got a statement he wants to make because he's upset. So
I don't you don't have to say anything, but I want to say that they did this man dirty.
Who?
What? Dubois' team. Who comes on the next day to defend your fighter against Simon Jordan, and then you shit on him like that? It's bang out of order, and he's such a great guy, and yeah, pissed me off. So I want to say it.
All right.
Okay.
So, listen. It's your take. Yeah.
That's what I feel like. It was right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I like people who speak from their heart, and that's from your heart. It is what it is. You know me. I'm always. Last time we spoke, I'm a God-fearing man.
Honest.
Nothing changes. Of course, I'm a human being. I was really, really deeply disappointed and upset because of the situation. I went away. I asked my God why has a bigger and better plan. That's why those things happen.
Okay, thank you.
And the answers always reveal themselves later.
For sure.
Meanwhile,
Is that a feeling that you and the team have worked through to come to this conclusion?
Well, most definitely, we all make decisions in life. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. Look, we're all grown up, and it became apparent to them, to Daniel and his father, that the situation we had was the right situation. The environment, there's the environment, then there's the training. So it was a good fit, and I believed it was a good fit. So that's why I felt the way I felt when it came to an end, a sudden end. Okay, we lost the fight. Yeah, that happens in all walks of life.
It's not often, though, that the return happens immediately without a fight being in between there. What can you say about that specifically? Tony has come out on, as I think it was Pro Boxing Fans, he gave a statement. He felt that maybe that him and Daniel didn't quite gel, and that's probably the reason as to why that was. Had you heard that being the reason from Daniel and Stan, that was why they were coming back?
So I'm just going to jump in there. The reason why it happened, my personal opinion, is Tony Sims is a very old school trainer, and I don't think that he was willing to put up with Stan Dubois' nonsense and have him so heavily involved in the setup and the training and everything and all that, and coming giving instructions from the corner. I think that's why they didn't gel, or they're not, or because there's no way you sack somebody, go with someone else, train with them for a bit, and then go back to the guy you just sacked, unless the new guy says, no, you're not doing that shit here. No parties, no parties. Your dad's not coming up to the corner to shout instructions. If your dad's in the in the training camp, he shuts his fucking mouth. He don't give instructions. Maybe Tony Sims said that, not as aggressively as I put it, eloquated it there, but I reckon that's the real reason. That's why they're not gelling. And Dom Charles is an excellent trainer, and he realizes Daniel's dad helps Daniel and improves, and he's figured out a way to make that work, and it was working. And like he said, they only lost to the best. And let's have it right, that party was terrible preparation and probably ruined it for him. He might have performed better had he not been in that party, and I know Dom Charles was not privy to that. So, but let's hear Dom Charles's politically correct answer.
No, we wouldn't discuss Tony. Tony's happens to be a friend of mine also. I think he's come out today, I believe, earlier on. I heard someone sent me what his opinion of why Daniel has come back to myself. And I will be giving Tony a call actually to catch up. That's how he feels that maybe it wasn't a good fit. And people don't understand that because, you know, there is such things. It's all over the country. If you speak to every trainer, that everything has to fit, you know. Some trainers are good for fighters. Some fighters are good for trainers. And Tony's a perfectly good coach look at his stable, look what he's achieved over a period of time. So, like I said, his opinion earlier was maybe they weren't a good fit. I certainly believe I'm a good fit for Daniel because I've got to learn about him as a person and then as a fighter. And, you know, yes, we lost a fight, a generational great in the name of Alexander Usyk, who coincidentally have beat everybody that they've put in front of him. So I think you could be forgiven for losing to such a fighter. And and look, I don't want to make this long-winded. It is what it is, and we just want to get back to work. We had a meeting earlier on today. We had a little shake off the cobwebs type of session today, but it was more about having a meeting and getting an understanding and an agreement how to move forward collectively. All the personnels who are working for Daniel Dubois, Team Dubois, whether you're a manager, commercial manager, the father, myself, the fighter, we're all going to work collectively with one objective, is to help and aid Daniel Dubois in every capacity to get back into winning ways, first and foremost, and myself personally to complete the mission that I believe that we were on.
Is the relationship between yourself and Sam Jones still turbulent? Is he still in the picture? Have you had a conversation with Sam?
I've had a really good in-depth conversation with Sam yesterday, and Sam's driven, I'm driven. We're both very ambitious people. There's a lot of misunderstanding, if I may add to that, between myself and Sam. We've spoken as men, and we've ironed out everything there is to iron out. And again,
one person who won't, or seemingly won't be part of that, is Keiron Farel. I don't know if you saw his statement. He felt that he obviously left before you got the call initially, first of all, that your services were no longer required. But he's put out a statement saying that he's wanted to walk out a number of times and he didn't enjoy working in the camp and he wasn't a yes man. Is that a relationship you want to reintroduce if those feelings can be healed?
Keiron is his own man, you know. I love Keiron, you know. What he brought to the team when he was involved, it's not, I've said it in previous interviews, the kid's very, very, I call him kids, I'm old. He's a man, with a family man with kids. Keiron, very, like I said, very driven, very ambitious, and he's a worker. And I like his energy. And look, he's got his own opinions. The only thing I question, if you can clarify, when he says I don't like being a yes man, that may suggest that I am a yes man. I can assure you, I am not. I'm just a very sensible, matured, experienced individual. Yeah, I can deal with most things. Sometimes things are out of your hand. Yeah, and he's made his decision. In fact, he resigned. Okay, on his own accord. I was disappointed to me. If I'm the head coach, out of respect, at least tell me, by the way, I'm out, I'm stepping down. He did no such thing. He resigned. Had he spoken to me, I would have probably persuaded him, yo, don't do it. Then if we all got sacked together, then I promise you, the fact that I've been reinstated as the head coach again, I would have reached out and said, Keiron, guess what? How do you feel? Let's go again. It would have been involved in the meeting we had yesterday and today. And I have nothing.
So Charles is right there. He should have told him, oh, I'm not happy with this. He should have spoken to him before just quitting without telling anyone. That's a bit of a snaky move, man. Just come out and be true to yourself and say it. I don't like this shit. And if he said, just wait, then at least he knows he tried, and then they can reach out to him again and say, look, things are different now. The things that you didn't like before, they're not going to be happening, blah, blah, blah. And he could have been on the team again since he's been rehired.
Love for Keiron. Keiron's like a driven kid, and he will succeed because he's a very good coach. a very, very good coach. The coaching ability is not in question here. It's a question of he resigned. He has every right to resign. He's a big man, big family man. But what I'm saying, I was disappointed that he didn't consult me to say, by the way, I'm about to jump. He jumped prematurely, in my opinion. Then, coincidentally, 48 hours later, I got the sack. And the word sack is frowned upon, but it's a word, isn't it? Right? But I've been reinstated. So let's look at the positives. Yeah.
We'll think this. So let's clarify it. You mentioned that you're not a yes man. There's a feeling that
far from it.
There's a feeling that people will think that Daniel's returned to Don because Stan can maybe dictate more than others might allow. Can you clarify that case?
How wrong could they be? Okay, let's hypothetically assume that I am a yes man. A yes man to what? A man employs it for a job, yeah? Mm-hmm. I have an electrician I employ or a plumber. I need this job doing. Can you do it like this? Yeah? And the plumber says to me, yes. And the electrician says, yes. Because I'm the one paying for that job, right? It's my duty as the plumber or the electrician to say, by the way, be aware, this way you want me to do it, there are problems you might encounter. So I will suggest to do it this way, yeah? I'm not a weak character, trust me. Come and spend a day with me in my gym. I challenge anybody.
Yes, please.
Yeah? It's easy to say, yes, man, I'm not a yes man, or you're a yes man, yeah? It's quite easily mistaken, the word yes man, yeah? What type of yes man are you? That is the question, yeah? So,
I kind of agree with him. A lot of people are going to slate him and say, yeah, he is a yes man. He's utilizing Daniel's dad because he needs his dad to help Daniel be a better fighter, but it's not he's the one doing the drills with him. He's the one training him. He'll be the one going through the game plans with him. His dad will just be there like a cheerleader, like a hype man, just giving him that little bit of extra push, that little bit of extra belief in himself that only a dad can give his son. And he's utilizing that because of Daniel's mentality and the way his mind works. The only person who can really boost his confidence and make him believe in himself is his dad. Or whatever the dynamic is, he needs his dad there, and Dom can work with that. I guarantee we will see some changes and we won't see no more parties, yada, yada, yada. So I'm just, I get what he's saying. I've met him. We've interviewed him twice. Andrew's interviewed him. I've interviewed him. He's not a guy that minces his words. He's not a yes man. He's a man that wants to get things done. Like he said, collectively, everyone working together as a team. So maybe they're going to make some compromises and Dom's going to make less compromises. Let's get into it.
I'm being employed to do a job. And I'm an experienced coach. I will carry out the duties to the best of my ability. Daniel's father has an input. I've done numerous interviews where I said, I welcome that. I welcome that input. Yeah. He knows his son better than I do. Yeah. So he sits in some of the sessions, not in all the sessions. If he's got something to say it. And it's down to me to say, that isn't correct. If we do what you're asking to do, there'll be problems. So we discuss things. That's not being a yes man. I'm a very strong personality, and a lot of people can't take my energy. Yeah, it's a positive energy, strong energy. I'm physically strong, mentally strong. So I'm not what people. I hear very often people saying, "Oh, you got to get rid of the dad. He can't be, having his opinions and stuff." No, it's not like that. It really isn't. Yeah, it really isn't. And we've ironed out any creases that might have been in our setup. And like I said, let's focus on the positive. Yeah, you're hearing it straight from me. It's not from somebody else saying it.
One of the rumored fights is that it's going to be Zhilei Zhang. Is that? Can you say that is the case? Is Daniel back in that?
It's publicly documented. That is what's been. Remember, we're literally 24 hours since I was reinstated, so there's a lot of things I've got to. Talking points, and that's one of them. The next opponent for Daniel Zhang I believe is the front runner. You could say that, yes, but nothing's finalized from my understanding.
There was a rumor floating around as well too, just to shift off topic from Daniel for a second, that you were potentially in or had an offer to join Jake Paul's camp. Now, I did get that denied. I think it came out from the Sun, and that wasn't the case. But can you, for the horse's mouth, as it were, can you clarify what the situation was there, as to whether any offer came to join Jake Paul's team?
Yes, there was. Yeah, there was discussions had.
And you didn't take the offer?
It's not a question I didn't take the offer. There was discussions had. Again, I'm not at liberty to deny or confirm or deny. So no, seriously, there was discussions had. Like any business, there was discussions had between myself and their management. So it didn't go any further.
Wow, there you have it. Jake Paul trying to sign Don Charles as a coach. Well, guess what, Jake Paul? You're still going to be shit. You can resurrect Emmanuel Stewart from the grave in his prime as a coach, and you will still be shit. And that's it. They gave him his job back, and well deserved. Should never have got sacked in the first place. He's the best coach that Daniel's had. He knows how to work with Daniel's dad to help get the best out of Daniel, and he doesn't get in his feelings about anything. Very loyal. He defends them on all sides to all comers, even after he got sacked because of the integrity. But I think the way he was going on, there was talks in play. The way that he was still bigging up Daniel, saying that he beats everyone out there except Usyk still, even though I'm saying, I'm not being biased. They sacked me. I've got no reason to say this because he knew he was getting rehired, I think. But I'm happy for him, and I'm glad that they rehired him. They know Don Charles is the best fit for Daniel. They ain't going to find another coach that's going to put up with the dad's bullshit of how heavily involved he wants to be in things, because he knows how to work with Daniel's dad. Hope to see Don Charles soon, and I wish him all the success in the future. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Help, I need somebody. Help, not just anybody.